Pro League?
Si EG. Si Pakas.
Puta, nagpalit na ng pangalan yan, lumakas lalo eh.
Ano ba yan dati?
Hindi, dating ano, di ba, Tandem, o kaya base goals na kayo, lumakas lalo na nag-EG.
Ito ba yung EG Aster match?
EG Aster. Medyo pantay lang laban.
Hello?
Ay,
Nare-reveal ba si Strike nung active ng gem?
nung ano?
Yung active ng gem?
Sa ult niya o ano?
O sa ulti?
Alam ko hindi. Tsaka maliit lang yung field nun eh. Pang-uphill lang yung active nun dyan. Nakalam ko.
Hindi pwede sa lapag?
Pwede sa lapag pero parang walang effect.
Tangina, napakadugas naman ito kung gano'n.
Naalala niya SS ni Slark?
Oo, pinapanood lang nila sila yung Toro eh.
Oh, untargetable
On the side
talaga.
of Aster though, they seem quite calm, but I think those last few fights where they've been turned around.
Ma-affect
Actually,
lang
AOE
yung
a little
ma-affect
bit.
lang
Should have
pag
confidence.
mga
Oo,
spells
yung mga
na-
AoE lang.
Oo, no target. AOE na walang target.
Important.
Right.
You very rarely get
Or hindi
Parang
kailangan i-target yung hero pala. Hindi pala walang target.
Yung
off of it,
Niga mode
or
niya.
any, towers
Hilo.
off of it.
Oh, same.
Oo, dalawang
same.
wala tayong ganun.
It lets you farm a little more greedily and
The
kind of means that
blackening.
the next fight that you
The
take,
blackening kayo.
you're probably going to have some advantage.
But a lot of the
Kaya
time,
wala
Like, we do
naka-spell
see
crazy
people
man pa.
dying with Aegis,
Spell crazy
respawning, they've got
tsaka
nothing.
Kako
They get
ka.
like Treant rooted and then they die.
Cooldown
And the
na
Aegis
rin.
doesn't matter as much. So,
cooldown.
yeah, first Aegis.
Eh, bilakinig ko si Dick, galaw ng galaw eh.
oh,
Puta.
smoke immediately from EG, so they're the ones that think
Gago.
they're stronger right now.
Yeah, you
Vulnerable
wanna
ka na ano
do
dun eh.
something with it if possible.
EV.
And Aster's
Okay lang.
divided along the map.
Ano naman.
They do have a lot of global potential.
Pinufocus ako nung ano, na Enigma eh.
Kahit early game eh.
Mm.
Okay. Yung malapit sa akin yung nagka-flash. Yung rush pit ata yun.
Walang
Malapit sa
dagger?
akin.
Ayaw i-black hole eh. Ayaw kayo black
Malapit
hole.
sa-
Malapit lang. Nag-dagger in lang pero hindi siya nag-SS.
Parang Saberlight.
Oh, ano niya. Sinisave niya para sa akin. Ano sa pa?
Dapat silencer yung inuhuli niya eh. Si Reggie.
Nita.
Plus 1 turbo.
Sige.
Yeah.
It's a lot of magical damage for the TV, and he is not good against magic.
It's true. We'll see now. When he was on Thunder Awakened, Matthew was particularly known for the Snapfire, right?
Yeah.
And he pretty much carried his team in upper bracket with a couple of Snapfire games.
Yeah, he did.
I think in Stockholm that was a very, like his team was really nervous. They were all underperforming, to be fair. But Matthew was overperforming as a Snapfire
Yeah,
and his Tiny.
as he does in every tournament. That's why he's a fan.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining.
Storm mid oh.
Ay, hindi. Naka-highlight lang yun.
Kala ko.
Viper.
Pangingin.
Kailangan natin ng breaks. Carry yan, G.
Start off.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Patry lang ako ah.
Sige lang.
Lapar pupi.
Ha?
Lapar pupi dito.
Okay, makakauwi na naman ako sa October. Kaso, kinapos ako pang dahil.
Carry build mo yun, G.
Yun na. Reset pops tong mga to ah.
So, umpisa lang ako mag-ano.
Mag-aagis ka para immortal ka.
Pain.
I am the medium between the worlds. As it please you.
Ito na naman si Boy Body Block. Usog!
Prepare for battle.
Putang ina.
Ana place lang pa
I
Ana place.
accept your guidance.
Gusto ko nga pag nanalo tayo, bablado ba kita mas
It
mamaya.
goes without saying. This one is in the bag.
I go. 30 seconds to battle. You are heard.
Meron ka naman na.
Granted.
End natin agad. AM eh. Tsaka Slark.
Oo. Latag na word.
Yes. Enjoy yourself, but not too
Oh, lol.
please. Hear me. I speak for the shades.
Abot, stun mo.
As
Stun,
the shades
mamaya.
direct.
Yan lang.
Hindi tumama yung tali niya. Nice one.
Buhay tayo, buhay tayo.
I hear.
Hindi ako nag-advance doon, dapat in-advance ko na para kapag block pa.
So say the spirits. Fortunes change. Shades, guide me. I hear and obey. Of course.
Ay, bobo.
Buote siya.
Tangin ng trash talk.
Yes. I accept.
Mid pala yung binugbog nating Magnus.
Mm.
I accept. Fought your death. Shades, guide me.
Ah, naka-word ako, sorry. Hindi naka-word ako.
Yes. The spirit moves me. As you wish. So say the spirit. I go. I hear. I hear and obey. As it please you.
Wala warlock.
Yes. Granted.
Ano yun?
Of course.
Pasado. Uy! Okay ng ina mo ka? Wala ko.
Yes. As it please you. Of course. You are heard. I go. Be bound. I accept your guidance. As you wish. Granted.
Baka ni Viper yung bounty natin.
Shades, guide me.
Meron dun.
Ah, winord. Tangin na, winord yung ano eh, clips eh. Very good.
I hear. Ah. As the shades direct.
Wala akong GS pa ah.
I hear and obey.
Ako yun.
So say the spirits. The spirit moves me. I'm under attack. I accept. Fortune's change. Yes. The spirit moves me. As you wish. Transmuted. I go.
Bobo nito.
Wala Magnus ha.
As it please you. I accept. I hear. Of course.
Kabado tong AM.
I accept your guidance.
Ah, sayang.
So
Ah, si
obey
Viper,
the
ah.
spirits. Yes.
Wala mo na akong swap ha.
Granted. As the shades direct.
Haste.
Game top.
Game.
I bind you. Into the
Okay ba yun?
Okay yun, solid. Thank you, thank you.
Alam ko hindi eh.
Nauna naman silang mamatay din.
Gago, kabado, gago.
Wala Magnus ha. Nag-rethink ng mga desisyon niya sa buhay.
Dapat tayo neutrals.
yes. Fortune's
Level
change.
7 siguro swap.
Shades guide me.
Kahit yan, tuwara lang.
Nadami ko. Ay,
Accept
sakto.
your guidance.
Yun, sakto. Nag-crash. Putang ina. Papot. Papot.
I go.
Bugbog na yung Magnus eh. Baka makabawi.
Putang ina.
Papot,
Sorry.
eh.
Papatay ko.
Ah, may,
AM.
sana may word kasi.
Mango eh, tas Starbreaker.
Yep.
Mango Fairy Fire Starbreaker. Para maabot health mo. Mag-reconnect ka na, Grunge.
Loading.
And
Black screen.
Nice! Patay. Double
Nice!
kill, okay lang. Ano magagawa dyan? Patay kita. At least hindi si AM nakakuha. Okay na.
Hmm.
tulong dito. Kung may neutral items na.
Last namin si Slark ka.
Spirit moves me.
Need pa tong Slark?
Eh?
Up.
Ah, okay, nag-top. Okay lang. Need na iwan.
Wala pre. Ayaw tayo bigyan.
May I suggest caution?
Shades guide me.
Ano ano to?
Your top tower is under
Tago sa
attack.
puno ng puta.
Wala mid ah.
Pinamid.
As it please you.
Tama.
Magnus.
I hear and obey.
Warning lang para sa Wind Ranger natin ah.
You are heard.
Medyo babang umano eh.
Your top tower is under attack.
Why?
Not good. Not good at all.
Oh my gosh.
So say the spirits. For the ancestors.
Your
Oh.
middle tower is
Wala.
under attack.
Hold on.
Attack.
Gago.
Di, napatay mo naman. Okay lang.
Patay din tayo, pre.
Okay lang. Huwag tayo magagawa. Tatlo sila dito. Actually, 4 sila dito.
Mercy.
Nakadidi si ano, Magnus.
As you wish.
Your middle tower is under attack. No, your middle tower has fallen.
Hindi siya sanay mag-shackle shot.
Never
Tangin.
let me said you can't take a beat.
Patay pa to. Putang ina niyan.
Sabi sa inyo, banuhin.
As you wish. I hear. Of course.
May ward dito. Sentry.
Tower is under attack.
As the shade direct.
Oh my.
Gago.
You are heard. I hear and obey. Ah. I accept your
Ay na,
guidance.
update yata dito.
Nakatulong dito.
Fine omen. So say the spirits.
Team link na to ata eh.
Debate ka nga.
The spirit moves me.
That's how it is, boys.
Shade, guide me.
Tapos.
Push natin to.
True form, I summon my war.
Wala akong swap pa.
Ang ina, ang dami ah.
Ay, ang dami nila.
5, gago.
At sila dito.
Dire structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack. Oh, do be careful.
Ang ina yung mga gago yung mamaya kayo.
My work here is not yet done. I go.
Emma.
Ah, sayang, di mabot.
Shit. Pa.
Ay, patay naman
Ang
eh.
ina, na-stun pa.
Tayo.
Ay, putang ina. Huwag sa pibal.
Watch out.
Nung Magnus.
Sana yung Magnus. AM lang napatay
Tapos lang.
natin.
Granted.
Nihirap. Ano pa na. Drain.
Balak ko na lang
So
winay.
say the spirits.
Kaya niya ako ah.
Kaya niya ba yan?
Nakasunod.
Nice one.
Kaya natin. Jeep, patay mo. Hindi pinansin yung ano. Napakasakit na ano yun.
I hear. The spirit moves me. Ah,
Hindi word lang ako.
of course.
Oops, may nakasalubong yun, no?
Watch well, my friend.
Nice, yes. BKB.
Pa-BKB.
Nice.
Ay, sayang.
Ang ina naman.
Dollar sword. Hindi nakalot.
Puro
Ah,
bis-
okay.
BKB na yung ano. Magnus, hirap kontra yun.
Gagawa nito, putang ina.
Banu yan. Wala nang bilang yan, pre. Ay, na Crystallis.
I have seen the other side. Shades, guide me.
Yung RP ba, tumanas na to? I-prepare sa BKB.
Oh.
Yan tsaka Black Hole. Yung mga BKB piercing na ano, team fight.
As the
Dismember.
Dismember ko.
Overgrowth.
I hear and obey. Transmuted.
Split.
I go.
Up, start.
As you wish.
Meron ditong AM.
Pabait nga kayo, pre.
You are heard.
Tara, G. Puta natin.
I
Stop mo sa akin. Stop mo sa akin. Stop mo na.
Ready?
Go.
true force.
Your top tower is under attack.
Push, push, push.
Your guidance.
Gago, walang creeps.
Your top tower has
Na-push pa yung top natin.
Lead you. Serpent arise.
Meron sa likod eh.
Guide me.
Sino yun?
AM.
radiant structures are
Yep, siya.
fortified.
Pa sa puno. Papalag. Ayan yun.
Okay, Tore.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Gago, naglakad sa area ang puta.
Naglakad lang papasok sa atin. Yung gusto kong kalaban.
Okay yun, okay yun.
The spirit moves me.
Yung Viper.
Kunin ko na tong bounty nila.
Yes.
May GS ako ah.
Sige.
I hear
Wait.
and obey.
Ito.
Kaya wala pa akong ano.
Sayang yung ano ko. That's good. Okay lang.
Like a drum.
Push bot.
Oh, push tayo, push tayo.
Go. So say the spirit.
Dasal, dasal.
Has fallen.
Pag-uliwik na.
Ganyan napatabain si Ewi mga
Coming
kaibigan.
for you. The
Ano?
spirit moves me.
Ganyan napatabain si Ewi. Tamo Deso, PKP natin.
Dire structures
Ba't
are
mo babatabayin? Gapin natin yan.
Kaya nga. Support ako kanina.
Ah, ako gagamit. Oy, nice ward. Yan yan. Ay,
Ay!
gago.
I just
Sorry.
lead you.
Ano
Ay
yan?
shit, wala akong ano.
Ano yan?
Shades, guide me.
Nice one.
Pull down GS ah.
Tara, mid.
As the shades direct.
Kayo na. Mamaya. Kayo muna.
Reggie, ikaw.
Dito na lang ako dyan.
Yes. So say the spirit.
Boys time.
Oy, kala ko mid.
Walang trips. Walang trips.
Walang clips.
Ako,
I-wave
may
mo,
ano,
Nick. Wave mo.
may guardian ako. Dito na lang ako pag
Meron dito.
Next.
Warlock lang.
are fortified.
Heavy, kaya men. Si Warlock.
Mag-gangster ako.
Shit.
Lang, tubusan ako mana. Tenen. Nice. Kaso wait.
Hindi pa tumama yung golem.
Buti lumaban sila sa ano, Serpent Wards.
Oo nga eh. Di pa pinansin, pre.
Oo nga eh.
Your top tower is under attack.
Magnus lang talaga.
Oo, naka BKB.
Magaling mag-set yung Magnus. BKB na ako.
Nakadidi si Magnus, oh. Wala tayong fort.
Middle tower is under attack.
Ano ba tayo Wind Ranger? Parang hindi ko nga siya nakita doon.
Na rev pool.
Ay, tangin na ito. Oh. Pinawian yung ano natin.
Tara.
Pero Rosh,
Patay ako ha.
Baka late na tayo.
Buwan ko agawin.
I go.
Tangin na, RTC.
Eh, wala, maga.
Gago, mag-isa lang pala yan eh. Gago, sinapakonti ang puta.
Tara, stun mo na lang.
Kaya may ano yan, may Lincoln.
Tara, tara. Nakawin natin, Rosh.
wait.
Eight
May
seconds.
boy pa yung ano. Boy pa si Magnus.
Sige. Wag lahat tayo, syempre.
May GS naman.
Oo, may jet pa ako.
Nasa labas lang si Grunch, gano'n.
I accept. If I fall for you,
Thank you. Para makapag ano.
Libre mo na yung ano, wait. Libre ka na isang slot.
Nice one.
Diba? RTC gaming, baby!
Utang ina, sinapak ka. One ano lang eh.
Tata.
aside from the spirit.
Okay, sundan nyo lang. Nice one, napatay si Slark.
Ay, namatay ba?
Oh, napatay, oh.
Oh,
Gago, nag-arcade pa ako. Tara, push.
inikutan ko.
I'm under attack.
Buti, nag-assume yun si ano, AM.
Dolce Domine Fortale.
Yung ka-rempol, eh.
Middle tower has fallen.
Ako
Ay,
natatalon.
sayang!
Excellent.
Tara.
Ako natatalon din kay ano. Yun! Okay, dumikit.
Okay lang, kahit mamatay ako, okay lang. Kaya lang ako ano. Ito pa, oh. Oh yeah, I'm immortal, bitches! Woo!
Tower has fallen.
Tas bot, swing bot. Fuck you! Not
Gago,
today,
okay ka lang?
sir!
Ako, nakalimutan niyo, buhay ako.
How do you like us?
Pabuhay AM eh.
Technically speaking, buhay ako.
Actually, kaya na natin. Tara.
Okay, ano lang. Kulang pa tayo ata sa damage para sa ano. Para sa tier 4.
Enemy's bottom barracks have fallen.
Kay sarap mabuhay.
Ayan, tier 4 na natin.
The enemy's bottom barracks have fallen.
Ah, nice.
Gago.
Atras na.
Oh, piercing yan, tarantado!
Tagal naman ng BKB ng mga to.
na,
Tier 4.
Ay na, piercing yun, boy! Alam mo, kahit naka-BKB ka, piercing.
I go.
Ray.
Tata.
Tayo nga.
Hindi baka mamatay ka, pre. Turn lang naman ako.
Nag-Jackie Chan movie mga to.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Gago.
Tama.
Nagtatap pa to si Wind Ranger oh. Gago talaga to eh. End
Okay.
na natin.
Know your fortune.
Uy, ayos yan ah.
Ayan, napak pa na yun, ah. Lincoln.
The enemy's middle tower.
Yan. May magja-Jackie Chan pa pre.
Ups.
Ah, wala! Ah, wala!
Ayun natin to ano. Tanaw mana, putang na.
Double kill.
Ah, punta, boy! To the moon! Putangin na mo, alam mo.
Oh, buti yung AM
Hindi
ba?
ko lang kailangan GS eh. Tangin. Parang ilang clash ko lang nagamit eh.
Supremacy, boys.
Nag-isa-isa ang puta.
Oo nga, nag-Jackie Chan sila eh, tangina.
Tataranta.
Buti yung AM, ilang pamigay yun eh.
Oo, gago.
3 ata. Pumasok walang spell ano. Walang spell shield.
Ay, kinamin daw.
Hindi, sobrang bilis lang nung spell sheet. Parang yung carapace ni...
Hmm.
Ano parang?
Sabagay. Kahit na nag-walk-in lang eh. Hindi niya inaabangan yung hex ko eh. Partida, madami siya items, pero
Ay,
natitibag
Wala.
ng ano.
walang galaw pre.
Oo.
Hindi ko nga nagamit BKB ko.
Full 9 seconds pa rin.
Mano-mano.
Ilan ba na ano?
Ay, sarap pala yung mid na ito ni Silencer eh.
Oo nga no, full duration pa BKB mo. Nice one.
Kahit isang beses.
Oh, hindi pa nagamit. Tinan mo yung item niya, yung BKB niya. 9 pa rin.
9 seconds.
Ay wait, hindi. Iba, mali pala.
Hindi.
Kasi yung AM, gumamit yan eh.
Lahat. Na, hindi pinapakita.
Hindi
Pipe lang,
pinapakita.
medyo tanga din.
Lumulusot ba yung mana burn sa BKB?
Oo.
Okay. Kaya palagi ako may bunker early game.
Ay na.
Oh, gagot to. Patay palagi yung ano sa amin. Yung anti-make.
Pag talon ka na niya, wala ka ng mana, no?
Oh.
Tatlong agad.
Gago, lupit nitong Ag Supremacy. Kung may piercing pa yung stun kahit naka-BKB.
Kasama sa action.
Hindi, sa talent niya, piercing na yung BKB. Ay, yung
Meron pa
stun.
yan yung nagbabounce, di ba?
Aganims naman natin. Ay, ano ata yun? Shard
Shard?
ata.
Pang-wiset lang. Nag-quit na kayo?
Anong quit sa Dota?
Oo.
Hindi, dito pa.
Ay, hindi. Na-DC pala ako. Laro pa ba? O nagod?
Okay, ano,
Ay pa, last one.
in-game na ba sila? Baka natapos na yung game eh.
Like his lack of
Tapos na yung
experience
game.
comes into play here.
Game 1.
And
Edi
because
recap na lang to.
XXS on the Furion had a bad game
Nag-ano
because
man.
he
Usap-usap. Game to next.
Sige, sige.
Ilan minutes break nila? 15 lang eh, no?
Yung ko na.
Depende sa product. Depende sa production ngayon.
Bakit yung production ba?
Bagal.
Sobrang
Nag-blow
layo nung distansya nung next match.
Oh, gago. Dati.
O sinusunod nila. Sinusunod
Nagloloko.
nila pag
Puro post ng post.
Bakit?
bakit? DTC.
Parang headphone, audio issue, yung boot nasisira,
Puta, lahat na lang ah.
Yung
yung boot.
Hindi soundproof, di ba?
Nasisira.
Puta din naman, masisira yung in-game. May nagwawala?
Hindi maayos yung pagkakabit. Siguro.
Your turn to
Gago.
Nababaklasan mid-game na.
Oo.
5 seconds remaining.
Sino plus 1 natin? Uy, putang ina, number ng drug dealer yan.
Saan?
Ay, kalaban pala yun. Yung kulay pink. Vietnamese.
Insulty.
Wait ka na, sus.
Wait, bilad.
Seconds
Kung
remaining.
gamitin.
5 seconds remaining.
Usually, pinapanood ko sa kay Gert. Minsan may mga kasama din. Sila Seb, Papi.
Sa stream niya.
Seb Gert.
Siya.
Ben,
At tanggal God strength.
pwede ko likuran ng NP. Pwede rin ako tulanan ng Dark.
Prepare for battle.
Predict voice to ha.
begins to battle.
G,
Oh,
unat bid to ah.
sige.
Ano ba yan? Support ba yan?
Oo, sa may support.
Same yung puta.
Oh, syempre. Tubo naman to.
Wait, yung mga gangsters.
The battle begins.
Ay, sayang.
Ay, putang ina. Sus, level 1 mo yung ano? Second skill?
Hindi siya nag-chain lightning, no?
Oo.
Baka pang D-word.
Pwede.
Easy 200.
Gago boy, jajabulin ko tong speed. Payag ka nun?
Okay.
Bakit? Gago, lalim yan ah.
Lalim nga. Kaya mo yan.
Okay, siya na yung creeps namin. Akin na to. Ikaw, gago ka rin eh. Di naman masakit. Tangina mo. Fake Lord pa inano mo ah.
Putang ina. Support.
Papakita kita ng malupit na CS pre. Ay puta bakla. Pwede na yun. 5-0 puta. Di ako makatinay ah. Lumapit ka pa dito, tarantado.
Wala eh.
Inaaway niyo yung baby ano ko ha, baby Merana ko ha. Gusto ko mga batang di nagde-deny.
Yeah, man.
Nangaras.
Alam. Ay, gago. Akala mo hindi kita lalabanan. Kita.
Ay na, pumitas na ng mangga si kuya. Oy, gago, ang layo mo ha. Wala ako dyan.
Hindi pa money, quips.
I like the way you think ha. Very, very horny.
Oh, ano to?
Arcane na ako boy.
Hindi ko alam kung ano ginagawa nitong fake king.
Gago, di ko nakuha yung flag
Pwede siya.
bearers.
Baka nag-i-stack siguro.
Sa side natin eh.
Ano ba? Ano bang gusto nyo? Ano bang gusto nyo? Ba't di ka
Uy,
tayo
nice!
nagsusuntukan? Nice one. Nice one.
Ay, sayang. Gago, mali.
Bakit?
Yung earn ko, hindi ko nailagay sa ano, main. Bakit kakarating lang kasi
Sa main?
Backpack.
backpack.
Ay! Ay! Jajabait ko ah. Jajabait. Huwag ka tumikit. Gago, dalawa tayo may stun. Oops, kunyari napalingon ako. Oh shit, low HP. Gago, ikaw gusto.
Puta. Ako talaga trip
Ikaw
sa
gusto,
buhay.
gago. Ako yung duguan. Tarantado. Ang Sharap. Ay putang ina, napaka-bait mo naman.
By my crown.
Jabait mo nga. Star Ball ka pre, may arcane ako. Para hindi sayang ano. Kaya mag Star Ball po.
Okay.
Hoy!
NP nag...
Nature's Prophet nandito.
Okay.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Mid ba yun si NP?
Hindi, sa top.
May ano ka ba? Wait. Tango.
Wala akong pantago pa. Level 7.
Ilan bumabog?
Cooldown. Kailangan namin tulong dito.
Kakaano ko lang. Cooldown TP.
Naka-TP, oh. Naka-TP ko lang. Oh, wala pa akong level 7.
Binugbog kami sa top.
Kami rin, binugbog dito. At
Kaya
na dito.
nagpatat.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Tulong ka muna dun, G.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Wala, tapos na.
Your bottom tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
Gagawa niyo mga tanga-tanga kayo. Ayan, dalawa.
Ay!
May silence ako. Nice.
Wala dalawa dito.
Ah, nice Jabit.
Enemy's middle tower has fallen. Bravo!
Hindi mo kay SS1. Laban. Gag.
On the way ako top.
Hey shit, silence yan.
Gago, may ano!
Shrapnel mo lang para may slow. Tayo pa ata si Grand Suckers.
Buhay pa yun?
Silence.
Your middle tower has fallen.
Papadamihin kita eh.
Na rin pala yung mid.
Fortified. Your middle tower is under attack. Hold on your hat.
Tala. Nasa bot, diba? Nasa bot dalawa.
Sige.
Jesus.
Oy, sino yan? Gago, sapakin mo kaya? Inang susi.
Push natin to.
Tower is under
Stiffy tayo dun.
The enemy's
Stiffy sa bot.
tower has fallen.
Wala.
Killing spree.
Nasaan yung Zeus?
Tayo to.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Ano yun? Putangin ng slow yan.
Wala nang silence. Ay, wala nang ano yan.
Nice tago. Puta. Nice, nice. Gago to, nakuha pa mag-farm.
Lang yung
Ayan.
ano natin. Bot. Tip ko yung bot ah. Natin.
Tago ko to. Ay, shit. Tago ko.
Hindi ko to de-deny ah.
Sige, sige, sige. Sama-sama na tayo, may creeps na ako.
Nice. Sakit naman ito. Ano?
Pag creeps pa lang pala.
Tatag ka ng word dito, G, sa harap natin ah. Pag na-deliver na.
Saan?
Sa harap ng torre, sa harap ng torre. In case na may slot.
Enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Nice.
Oh, gago. Tapang na na. Wala palang reso yun.
Pag mag-dive yan, tatago ko. Walang mamamatay.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ata. Putang ina mo.
Gigil ang puta.
Ganda.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh. Step muna ako top. Dumadaga.
Ben ah.
Wala ako dyan, ha.
Ang ina, umaray sa ilo ah. Sige, farm na lang. Ah, kinidlatan yung wave ah.
Tumigsin.
Ngayon dito na. Side. Ay, sinus ay sayang. Ayun pala.
Lag ano, hindi. Kuya, Pop, i-start. O, likod ka.
Tara, tara.
I-start dito.
Pwede ba magdala ng gem? Si Gran siguro no?
Oo, tsama ko.
Sige.
Sige. Arrow.
Patay pa din yan, gag. Ay! Dire. Okay lang. Pati pa din naman.
Ah,
Shish, Ben!
Tago ko, tago.
Galit na galit!
putang ina.
Utang
Walang nagawa.
ina! Nakipagsuntuan sa sarili! Push, push!
Yeah.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Yung top natin. Okay, push na lang.
Yeah, it's it.
Ouch!
Bili ako dyan, bibigay ko sa'yo, Grunch.
Sige.
Here you go.
Rush daw, rush daw!
Tara. Ah,
Arcane, no? Ano ito?
may slurp na dumaan sa atin.
Uy, gago, sa likod mo!
Your bottom tower has
Oh,
fallen.
putang ina. Sino taga-damage? Oh, dapat kayo lumabas. Wag na, may ano.
Kaya ako lumabas na dun sila.
Meron dito.
Okay, putang ina niya. Oh, ikaw.
Tibagyan yan.
Ang
Pinupush yung bot
diretso,
natin.
diretso.
Ha?
Hindi yan. Mapipilitan sila lumaban.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, wala silang port. Venue na ipit ka.
Tapos ta.
Gago, chumepi ka pa nung ano.
Kung lapitan mo si Grunch, ano? Nakay Grunch yung ano eh, yung gem, kaso patay ka dyan.
Patay ako dito, pre. Yung ano, NT
Engine.
nagtago.
NP may tago. Punta niyo si Ewi, bilis. May gem kayo eh. Wala, patay na siya. Huwag na kayo mag-TP dyan, patay lang kayo. Nice. Yun, nice arrow. Tipin na ako. In lang, makukuha yung gem.
Ano yun, pre?
Nice
Ano yun, pre?
one!
Ano yun, pre?
Buti na lang. Sige, sige, habulin lang, habulin lang. Ayun, naka ano.
Gago ka!
Back na siguro. Ayun pa.
Teka, tago ko nga to. Ayan. Ano, extended yung fight na yun ah. Shit! Silence ako! Teka! Na-assassinate.
Pila mo lang.
Boom! Gem!
Ano yung Zeus? Kunin mo, stock ba?
Bounce ka muna.
Sige. Sharp 10 lang. Sige, okay lang. Back naman.
Ako G, malilip mo, palapit.
Ano yun nga. Walang boy ako. Ba?
Nakuha niyo yung gem?
Yeah.
Yep.
Akin na lang ulit.
Sige, pagbuhay.
Isang RS, tas end natin.
The prize is mine.
Baka, ano dito? Ano?
Oy, putang ina na. Kanina yung ano, Dragon
Okay.
Scale. Akin na lang yun.
Naki-airway yung gem ah. Lagay nyo na lang kay ano, Trench.
Saan ka, Grinch?
Mid. Andun sila sa bot. Tara, mag-smoke tayo.
Puta na kanina yung Dragon Scale.
Ako ko, pre.
Baka nakadrop sa atin.
Tara, Grinch, atras ka. Makikita yung smoke mo. Dito yun sa
Saan tayo?
jungle nila.
Sana top.
Ubusin ko lang tong top. Yeah.
At whose command?
Sa mid sila. Dito sila sa jungle.
Tara, end natin.
Ayun,
Sino yun?
sa mid.
Ano?
Ako na naglaho.
Tara, mid natin. Yan, start ko. Ako.
Tara, tara, tara.
Okay lang,
Tara.
okay lang.
Gate, gate, gate.
Oh, sige, titingnan lang kita pa eh. Bago saan ako napunta?
Tinago kita, tinago kita.
Kala ko napunta ka sa gate eh.
Kala ko din.
Tara, tara. Push na natin.
Ares o push?
Ares. Ares muna.
Tara, tara.
Wala yung ano.
Kewi, kewi. Oo.
Yan sila. Nakuha niya haste kaya pala. Ikaw mag-tank, French.
Yep. Terus ka.
Mega go. Tago ko, tago ko.
Ano? Likuran?
Ano? Teka lang. Force stop kita.
Sige. TY, TY. Back na, back na.
Ang inang susto, wala lagi sa laban eh.
Tangina, taga ano? Taga ganito lang. Tawag dyan.
Nimbus.
Chewy, wala. Tayo natin. Yan na kaya?
Ito. What, 8 seconds.
Ano
yun.
yung kahit?
Yan yung NP.
Kunin mo na agad.
Yan.
Ayun, ayun, ayun. Salubungin natin. Ito, may nagtitipi. Uli ka, gago. Bobo mo.
Lumaho ah.
May lumilikod, oh. Wag na. Diretso tayo, mid.
Sige.
Gago.
Take ko lang.
Dep ko itong ano, top. Ay, bot.
Tara mid. Wala tayong trip sa mid nga lang.
Oo nga. Takin ang bagal ni Fate Lord maglaad.
Laki pa naman ang puwet ng gag.
Sa bagay.
Nice.
Ba't si ano? Ba't si Centaur? Tanginan to. Patay pa to.
Daming...
Tara. Pupronta na ako ah. Gago ka ba, oy? Oy!
Gago.
Nice first stop! Mas pinatagal niya lang eh. Gago pre, umiihi!
Thanks.
Di alam ni Stark kung sino titibagin.
Gago! Tore!
Okay, ganyan.
Ay, gago, sorry.
Pinorse stop gago. Kitang-kita sa CCTV!
Ewi, mamatay ka!
Walang matay, pre!
Nice one. Finish.
Nagpa-4 tap natin dyan, boys.
Nangina.
Ay po, si AoE.
Pushback. Nice one. Tangina, pina-fountain farm na natin.
Gusto nyo fountain farm?
Tara, fountain pa.
Umaray, tangina.
Okay, bibigyan ko lang kita vision week. Putang ina mo! Hanggang dito sa fountain, nang babadi lang ang puta. Ang ina ka. Putik na ako mamatay. Kita ko yun, boy.
Tangina, DC sila agad ah.
Ang ina, sarap pala mag-pike lord eh.
Nice one. Oh, kunat-kunat niya.
Ang inang ano yan. Support gold pa yung King ang buta siya. May kailangan ng gold.
Sarap nun ah.
Annoying yung pet lord, no? Maski yung full build na slurp, di nakapulog.
Oo. Kailangan mag-BKB eh.
Yung item ko, puro aura lang oh. Ay puta, thank you!
Kinomen ka nung ano, juice natin.
Nag-chat pre, gano'n niya ako kamahal.
Ah.
Ano ba ags ito? Puta. Hindi ako naka-ags eh.
Ano nga ba gusto?
Putang ina. May pit of malice yung SS.
Putang ina. Sarap na.
Bakit?
Yun yung may,
Yung
ano
root.
diba? Root?
Oo, yung root.
Tang ina.
Ano nood?
In, ano na, in-game na ba sila?
Oo.
I want to tank in
Oh,
first
in-game.
fights more than you want to gank.
Unod na tayo.
Tara, tara.
4 wins streak na tayo eh. Masarap na tulog
his
yan.
best to tank these
Mhm.
Eidolons, but he's level 3, Enigma's level 6. There's not much chances for him. This early game, once again, is going pretty well for Aster.
Yeah, it is. It is. XXS doing very well in this top lane. Ooh, as Whisper does not
Okay,
want to
by
commit
late natin.
y'all. Because I think if he kills the trees, yeah, sure. He's going to
Nababaliw
see
si
where
Sven eh.
Pichu is, but he's not going to kill him
Oh, he's
with the
been
ult. Because the ult,
gone.
the Mars ult kills way more
Hindi,
trees than the
dinadive
size
ka
of
lagi
the
yung
arena.
rating.
For some reason, it's like
Okay,
twice
okay.
the radius of the
Kahit sa
arena.
team fights eh.
Because the workers also need to work.
Kahit na kahit eh.
Exactly, exactly.
So to build the
They
walls.
build the
Galit
walls
kay
of the
Raiti.
arena with that. Yeah.
Okay, Exorcism used now.
Si
Now
NP lang yung
they're
gumagalaw
committed to
sa
push
team
this
fight,
tower
kaya
down.
si Slice
That's the strategy against Treant.
Whisper is looking. He's looking for Pichu here. He's not quite finding him. He tried with the spear. Nice little
Gago,
attempt,
tinuloy
but-
niya nga yung TP sa
It's
outpost
just
eh.
not that worth to hunt on this tree. If you have the Exorcism, you can just
Wala
tear
atang
the
Wala
tower.
yung
They
word
can commit
kaya,
to Glyph,
kaya
actually.
tinipi niya eh.
DP's looking like a
Ah,
very
naka-moonlight
solid
tayo
pick
nun
both of these
kasi.
games.
Naka-moonlight tayo.
Gotta
pre.
say.
Siyempre,
It is the EG
of yours
strategy.
truly.
You get such early levels, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
just not able to
yeah.
defend the tower.
Pagka TP
Ooh, that was
patay.
good. Once again, I think XWY is a remnant. He's never going to play this
Tatlong
aggressively with that one.
Sino naka-glaive
Kaz
niya?
is securing the top rune as a carry.
Solid,
Kunkka.
solid.
Doesn't spawn
XWY
there,
wants
though.
to kill out Matthew, but
Yun
he
yung
realizes
mapatay
with
ni
3
Eo.
people.
Oh,
it's a bit
Kaz is
dangerous.
there. He was securing the
Okay.
rune.
Well, he set up the Torn. He's baiting it. He's
Napanood
baiting
ko
it.
yung
Ooh,
Nice
video.
try.
that was a well-played remnant by
Ipal.
XWY.
Yun lang
It
naman
is so
laban
goofy to see a carry Kunkka head to the mid lane.
Oh no.
Huh? Post 1 ano.
Nag-buffer.
Safe lane na ungka?
Oo,
Oo.
ayan si Paka.
Kakaiba talaga ang ano ngayon. Sino pinapanood yung Aster, no?
Yun lang laban.
Yun naman lang.
Against them, and that's going to be another kill
Mamaya
for
easy,
Aster.
no?
Should be,
Ay,
right?
ito pala
Should be.
easy.
Oh, he's got his armlet.
Can he
He's fighting
toggle?
back. Can he
Isang
toggle
ano ba?
properly?
Lower
Yes,
bracket.
he's toggling. The
Ano
Torn
yun,
though
armlet
misses.
toggle?
Pakas
Ay.
goes into the trees.
Oh,
He needs
gago.
refuge. And the trees will provide it. Boboka
Uy,
can't
pag-
find him, and now the rest of
Ano,
EG
Jiwoo.
joins as well from behind. They find XXS. They'll turn this around. The Soul Rip kills him. Bobokai is a little bit of no man's land. Bacchus is still dead. He's still alive.
He's taunting it, but Baboka's looking for it.
C-Small decides to tip his carry here.
He's got to be careful, man.
No, he knows. He's got enough armor. Look at his
Ay, hindi pa yung
toggle.
umara
He's playing with such confidence.
He's feeling it.
Baboka's there, though. He's looking, man. He wants to get the free snipe. Panda's in the way, though, of course, tanking for his carry.
That feels really bad. Coming
Yeah.
a whole black holes,
Yes,
and
it
the
does.
omelet saves him.
Oh, man, it was so close. Armlet is just not a very popular item that you see these days, so they didn't expect the toggles.
I didn't accept the toggle, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead.
Ang mga pangalan. XW1. Kasi sa XXX.
The DP almost has a Yols as
What is
well.
it?
This time her lane went
nawala
much better
si
than
Owen.
last time
Yes.
though. That should be mentioned. They actually have 3 cores this time, EG. Somewhat. They're all weaker than a single Lina.
They
But
are.
Together,
That's right. Well, we'll see if
Ay,
SF
ayaw
can...
umuwi, oh.
Bacchus has not left the jungle, by the way, to
No.
go heal. He's
Ayaw
still
umuwi,
fighting against
bro.
Hoka. Sets of the Torrent plus Mortimer's Kisses. Avalanche will be tanked by the Armlet.
Boy pa rin.
Bacchus is still alive. Bacchus is playing a little bit
kinakain
like Hector right now. Wouldn't mind it if he went back home.
Somebody buy this man a salve, dude.
He's
Yeah.
just waiting for the shovel.
It's kind of funny because, like, him being such low HP baited Baboka to stick around there, like, hoping that he could catch out the Kunkka. Because, yeah, it's like a high-risk play, obviously, but it's so high reward just get a solo kill on the enemy carry. It's extremely tempting to stick around and try to kill him there.
Yeah, that's what Boca did.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
constantly baiting this poor Aster team into making plays that they have, EG has control over.
Right. There's a lot of calculated baits going on, but, well, maybe they're not calculated, but they're definitely working out.
Yeah.
Mali game to na.
It's hard to say when you have a player like,
Feel
C
about-
Smile walking up a high ground or something like that, but with Picaz, I would say, yeah, he knew he had the toggles.
C-Smile
Pero
is
ano?
really the all-heart
Ay,
player.
hindi.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sino
Oh yeah.
yung
He is.
kung second game na to?
On the
On the other
second
side,
game
though,
na naman.
Monet has
EG.
farmed Musket Madness. He has the Dragonlance soon to be as well.
Yeah.
When is this timing this game, Jenkins?
I mean, you can show up to
Pag
like,
turf
take
talaga,
towers
lakas
with
to.
a Dragonlance for sure because you outrange
Pero
the
na-choke
tower
sila sa
mostly.
NPT.
Sure.
Super bracket.
But usually the BKB,
Siguro na
I would say,
priority.
or like the plus one
Choke
item
sila.
after the Dragonlance plus Mask of Madness.
Ah,
But
gusto
like you
lang
can
nila,
casually show up
malabanan
once you
yung
have the Dragonlance.
original
It can be a bit
right?
risky though because you're squishy, right? Like you do a lot of damage, but you're squishy.
Pinalaban nila ano, Viscos eh.
Exorcism used by C-Smile
Cholo.
for the tower now.
Oo, Cholo din. Cholo din.
And
Pinalo
Baboka
din.
just being annoying, being a nuisance, cutting the wave. But
Cheat
C
yung
Smile,
ano
he can
natin
just stand on the
kanina, yung
trees, no
early
problem.
gem.
Whisper being here makes this really hard
Diba,
for
diba,
Aster
diba.
to fight. He's got a Blink Dagger too, by the way, on the Mars. So he's ready to go.
Pangit ang lineup ng
It's a rough moment for Aster because even with the BKB on SF,
Oo nga
right,
eh.
you can't deal with the arena that well because you're still slow. So you have to walk through
Pero
the arena to
Chinese
actually
nga
hit
yung,
people
ano,
and
EG.
deal with the wall.
Yeah.
Puro ano pa yung hero nila.
They
Puro
are going
greedy
for
sa
smoke
park.
though on Picaz. The Black Hole didn't work out last time. We'll see if the SF being there
Oh,
makes
the
a
arena
difference.
might work out though. Where's your black hole now? They even have a silence just in case. He can't
Top-
turn this around. Top lane though. Is a
Top
fight
lane,
happening.
Picaz?
Wrecking of
Yeah,
Soul
no,
Haze,
no,
good
no,
enough.
Picaz.
That will deal much more damage. Pacas is dead too. Overgrowth cancels his TP. Do they have any TP for reinforcements? Or is it just an annoying Overgrowth? It is. Just for annoying the poor Mars. Make their game slower.
Wala.
One
Nang-
for
nang
one
inis
trade
lang.
there. I mean, if you're
Gago.
Aster, you're very happy killing Picaz.
That was a
Especially
huge kill.
He's top net worth. The
Hindi,
last
wala sa
fight,
Bisco.
he did the toggle.
Kala ko na sa Bisco.
It can get to the point where like a carry Kunkka feels immortal just because of the HP that he has and the damage reduction from Boat.
Yep.
So to kill him, like it honestly gives you the confidence that like
Pero
okay,
late game wise,
he's not snowballing. We can deal with him. We just need the SF there. That's all. It was a toss back into Requiem, by the way. That's
That's how they got.
that's the combo. Yeah.
That makes sense. It is a good combo. It's just
Oh,
really difficult to
shit.
execute in a fight.
Sarap
Right.
po.
In ganks is fine, but in fights I don't know if they can consistently get that off.
Ano siguro, Death
No, with the
Prophet.
BKB maybe, and then Tiny needs a blink. It's a little hard.
Whisper is a much better target than the Snapfire, but they can
Yeah.
settle for anything here. As in the top lane, they also find the Undying.
Tangina,
Small
tunaw.
kill for Aster. The 5 is fine. He was
Monet,
tanking just ganks
ayun,
for Pacas.
Yep, that's no big deal for Panda. I don't think he's too upset about that.
No.
C-Smile, counting his lucky stars. He's getting
I think
close to that
Panda
BKB.
in my team. Oh my god.
Yeah, thank goodness, thank goodness.
Oh, si Matthew
You
kasi
can have
ano
the
eh,
greediest
support
cores
eh,
on your team with this
smite
guy
siguro.
around.
Chismay yan.
You know, Panda actually doesn't know what most of the items in the game do because he just never buys them.
Yeah, that.
He only knows 6 items: Mech, Glimmer, Force.
I know you're joking, but I would actually believe that. I would actually believe that because this man played Viper Abaddon for like 2 years in a just straight. So I could see him just knowing those. I mean, those heroes don't get items if you're 5.
Yeah. At first, it wasn't that he was good at Dota. He just was really resilient.
Nakuha pa.
Yeah,
Putang ina.
right.
He was dead inside. He could play Viper 5 for years.
Yep.
Galing nun
Yeah, he made me dead on the inside because I had to play against that Viper.
Which is a very different story to Pichu, which kind of came into the scene with Astra when they needed support and surprised everyone with like his Snapfire plays. Well, it was much more of a playmaking 5 in general.
Yeah.
His Treant was also something that people highlighted.
It's interesting to see that difference between supports.
Yeah.
We've talked about it with like Schofield versus Matthew. Like Schofield runs in and you know, makes a lot of space.
Circus music plays,
Right,
you're not really sure what's happening.
Yeah. Whereas Matthew is more like he'll sit in the trees and he's like waiting for the opportunity to like make a high skill play himself. As Panda might walk into death here.
Oh, he got it.
They
He got the ward.
They don't want him. They don't want to bother with him. They're like, this is a worthless Undying.
But he tanks so much that sometimes the teammates actually come to help him.
Yeah.
And because your teammates are Chris Luck and Pakaz, you can't really predict when they'll actually help Panda or not.
Right.
Because it's Matthew who makes that call. All the time.
Yeah, part of playing Dota is trying to predict your teammates as well as the opponents.
Yes. In the case of SA, they've given up on the first part.
Yeah, I can understand.
Matthew, he's being run down by XWI. Flame Guard still on, and there's a sleight of fist again.
na po. Ay, walang
I don't
mana
think should
yan.
save him. He knows he has to get the cookie. Oh, he avoided the stun. Well done.
Little too low HP. I mean, both teams are just stalling for BKB. XWI almost has his. Chris Luck almost has his as well. Pakaz has his finish because, of course, he's Giga Farm. And the SF Monet, he's also very close to his. So,
Back to
Seasmile,
DP. He does have silence now.
no BKB, but he does have Yules.
They had this in the first game, and they realized we're not committing again to this stupid play.
That's good. That's a good adjustment.
Very good. That's really clever. The fact that they know when DP is strong.
ROTK made the right call for his team. Guys, stop focusing the DP, all right?
He actually has a marker, and we gave him a screen. We constantly
DP and then an X. It always feels like a bait on this patch. This hero heals so much. And if you have Greaves, Yules, like, you can't just Vessel her, right?
And then there's one hero that enjoys, or one player that enjoys this is Seasmile.
Oh, yeah.
Baiting enemies is like his thing
It
for
is.
years. His Slark mid was all about that.
I thought the Slark mid was going to come out this game against the Ember. I was convinced.
It was a bad Slark game, though.
But giving Whisper the last pick, I mean, this is the time where you can actually pick a Mars and it's going to look good.
Yeah.
Is in the last pick scenario. Baboka has a blink on Tiny, by the way, so I think that's why he didn't want to go on Panda top. I'm not sure if he had it at that point, but maybe he didn't want to reveal it. But it looks like they're being very patient with the blink reveal. They want... Oh, no, sorry. They got Seasmile with the blink mid, so that was the blink reveal.
Okay, they revealed it, but still, Blink Dagger on Tiny is a timing.
Yeah, and it's, you know, he's got it decently early.
You're asked how long... Okay, Monet is 200 gold away from his BKB, and that's
Yeah.
probably what they smoke around.
Yep, for sure. I don't think EG on the flip side is going to wait for BKB on Whisper. No, they're not. They're going to walk directly into the Roche pit.
Undying plus DP, that's what they do, man.
This is the advantage of having these two heroes together in a game.
For those of you who don't know, Undying spell amps, or damage amps, right?
And they
Right,
annoying
on
the
Roche as
OG.
well, which is why this combo is so utilized on Dire to kill Roche.
Yep. When Baboka blinked in.
He did. But an avalanche?
He's
gonna die.
completely alone.
I think he thought the Roche would go
He
down
was
faster.
just trying to steal it. That was a.
Someone just screamed Baboka.
Yeah. That was interesting. I mean, once again, it's this idea that like a lot of players are talking about right now, which is the first Roshan doesn't matter, and that people like bait themselves to lose a lot trying to defend it when it's not really necessary. That's like a huge idea that I've heard a lot of people talking about right now. And so what Aster does is they send Baboka in for this like 1 in a million steal. If he gets it, cool, it's a big deal, it's flashy, whatever. But if he dies, you know, he's a Tiny. He's going to respawn by the time Roshan is dead, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Okay, so that's the idea, sure. It's not a big deal losing your Tiny. That's, I guess, why he was alone.
Yeah.
And nobody was even in the vicinity, so they couldn't turn that into a double kill.
I swear to God, in this tournament, we have seen way more like giving up the first Roche than we've ever seen in any tournament of Dota.
And this speeds up the second Roche, so everyone is happy with that. Yeah, the second one's actually valid.
That's the important one, yeah. It's the extra items.
SA. Pag wala na, Ricky na.
Once again, we're back to this high ground play where you play around wards. This time it's happened faster than before.
Yep.
But the classic 3-man smoke by Aster doesn't include Monet, and Monet can't TP, unlike XXS last game with the MP.
Seasmile's got an Invisor, and is he going to walk into a sentry?
He's going to reveal the smoke. But they are not concentrating on him. It's Pakas they're going for. He doesn't have an Aegis though. Is that going to be a bait? Now with the BKBs, Whisper feels useless. They have to retreat, but Aster, they're staying here a little bit too long. Only the Ember for now. Can they still catch him out? The BKBs are about to end. Aster, in the trees, they feel secure. They still do have the overgrowth.
A lot of heroes have Blink Dagger right now. They're all just being very patient, waiting for the enemy team to reveal themselves before they blink in.
Oh, it's true. The Train does have overgrowth.
Yeah, Pichu's got a blink. XXS has got a blink. Baboka's got a blink. Whisper's got a blink. Like, all of these heroes are just waiting for somebody to reveal themselves. And neither team is going to bite. But yeah,
EG, they're biting. Will they bite hard enough? Are they going to bite a bait? We're going to find out. For now, it's on to Bark. That bite.
Nice.
All bite, no bark.
They bit the bark, that's right. That is right. So that's a tier 1. I don't think EG can push the tier 2 off of a simple tree kill.
XWY? Okay, that was... He just wanted to check, oh, is this tower still going down? And now, oh, is my life ending? Oh wait, there's a black hole. It's a bait the whole time. XXS can't get into the arena.
Nice.
There's only 2 supports. They want the cores. That's going to be enough to send EG
Damn.
You know, that could have been a much bigger disaster there, I think, for EG, because XXS, he was looking for the 4-man hole, and he almost had it. He barely got his blink canceled, I think, like by the Mars Spear, the little trail that it leaves. So he had to walk in and use the hole rather than like blinking and using the hole, or wait for the blink to come off cooldown.
Mars has shard. Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he's got the shard. So that could have gone a lot worse. They just lost their supports. Obviously, Aster's going to be very happy with that, though.
There's the replay.
You know, all right, let's see if it got canceled. So this was a great start here from Whisper. Baboka, that avalanche, like that was so on point. He just barely missed them. Baboka tried to toss back into the hole, by the way, which would have been very cool.
Yes.
But yeah, Baboka being in the trees there, I mean, he plays so much Monkey King, he's just used to sitting in the trees. That was really good positioning from him. He completely salvaged his Ember Spirit there, who did get caught out without the BKB.
I mean, we talked about playmaking forge earlier. We mentioned Matthew, but I think Baboka is actually the same thing, just in China. Like his Monkey King is tiny as Clockwork is known.
He's not a run in and feed position 4,
no.
Like some of these other position 4s are, which is a perfectly viable play style.
He was also considered the best 4 in China for a while.
He was considered the best 4 in the world for quite some time there.
But he went changed to Borax to
yeah, exactly. It was the Monkey King and I think Earth Spirit patch.
Monkey King, Earth Spirit, and Tiny were the 3 things he was known for. Yeah.
And I mean, XXS and Borax, Baboka, like these guys are the greatest bubbies of all time.
It's true. 2016, I think, was when they started playing together.
That's why the last game where the lane went poorly for them is like so out of character.
To say, not 2016.
And Panda is dead. That is a freebie. Not a great hero against the SF. He did go for the drums. I think probably a Force Staff or a Ghost Scepter will work out. Yeah, this is a
build.
This is a build. This is a build. Yeah, I've seen Tundra. I mean, drums, Tundra. Of course, I've seen them do it. But yes.
Oh, it's an aura? Oh, why haven't you bought it yet?
That's right. It's a cheap aura. It gives his team a bunch of attack speed in the fights. And I think honestly, a lot of the carry-to-carry matchups in Dota right now are determined by like a little bit of attack speed, a little bit of armor, which is why like Shopify is picking like the SF versus the Lina and stuff like that, is that they're just trying to get these like steroids or like minus steroids, if you want to call them that, to win the matchup. As there's a lot of cheering going on. I'm not sure what for.
Because he just hit a bunch of creeps.
Just the creeps. Yeah, that was. I mean, I can tell you there's a lot of base in the arena from that ability.
Now, people, you're like, why are they whistling? They're whistling because there's a wave going on, not because there's a smoke.
I think certain abilities are better on land because they have more base. Like Batrider on land is better because every sticky napalm is so basic in the arena.
You know,
it terrifies you.
You know what's good is this card is so uncoordinated with everything that you can never tell if actually what's.
You have no idea. You have no idea.
So it's good. It's good. They planned this on purpose.
Oh, may ipit.
Toss. They have a black hole. They realize only 2 supports. They're gonna hold on to it. Still an important kill. No way Matthew actually gets out, right? Oh, he does. The counter initiation for black hole is still Should still be available. He's just waiting for it. Obokab, they'll have to sacrifice in that arena.
Oh, the
It's a little
toss
too
in.
dangerous. They went with Pakas, but that was a really dangerous toss.
I don't know if that's the
They
hero.
canceled the black hole. They have BKB on
Wow.
Pakas. He's fine. The Enigma now sent back into the Torrent. They need the SF. He's setting up the regular assault.
Monet's going back
Ember
in.
joins, and XWY wants to fight this with Whisper, with Monet. The damage is overwhelming.
Wala ba?
They're gonna
Ano
2v4.
yan?
Heal
Ano
back
ba?
up.
Ano
Is
yan?
that
ba yun?
the ward? No, the cookies onto the BKB. That's not gonna be felt by him. They need a little bit more movement speed. C-Small runs away. Matthew will be the target instead. Now going for an out of mana is poor Ember. Enough for one last TP. Cancelled by the Yule. Up you go. And now down to the grave.
Man, that was kind of an insane call from Aster. Going back in with two heroes. I think versus 4, they do get Pakaz.
Mabot yung bili niya.
But EG, I mean, they stood their ground as well. They were confident they could take that fight. I mean, they had the BKB and Monet. I think that's why Aster wanted to go in there. It's like, he just wants to utilize this timing that he has. He's top on net worth. But it wasn't enough.
That was a very good call, though. Whoever made that call of going back in on
Is it
Aster.
enough? I don't know. It's 4 for 4.
It seems like the first good fight for them.
It was just kind of a brawl. C-Smile is not dying in this game.
But Monet
Last ano yun, di ba? Last
lives.
game nila.
And that's a very important factor
That
in
is,
that brawl.
Pakaz dies, Monet lives. But the thing is, from the era where we saw a lot of carry Kunkka, this did happen. He's not really the carry, you
Sure.
know? And you have 3 semi-carries. That's what you go for if you pick a carry Kunkka. So I don't think dying, if all 3 cores die for EG, then it's really bad. C-Small, by the way, has a full Heaven's Halberd, so that is definitely going to help out with this ranged SF.
Sure.
Ito na lang kulang
Who's
natin stocks.
win condition that you're playing around? Is it just all 3?
Pwede na
Yeah,
mag-battle
all
ka.
3. I mean, mostly, I would say C-Smile for the next little while. Mars
sense.
eventually, once he has the Refresher and the Sheep Stick. I love this build, and he's going for it. You have so much disable, so much damage in the late game that Mars actually becomes kind of a carry because it's just so much utility.
Nito yung nang-iitcha ng
Like, you
kampe.
cannot survive a double Sheep, double Arena, double Spear. Nobody can. And I love the Octarine with this eventually too, by the way, because then you can Spear into Arena.
I mean, we are 27 minutes in. This
I
might
know,
be
I'm
the-
just saying. Late,
No, I agree with you, because this might be the first game we've casted that's actually kind of even at this point.
late game Mars is actually something to behold. It just, a lot of the time, the hero's like, damn support by the time he gets there, and you never get to those late game items.
Ooh, they caught C-Smile. The Wreck-It, he activates BKB just in time. C-Smile can actually counter initiative BKB from Monet as well. They have to leave Bubblegum. Bubblegum will die for this. Monet gets back home. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. The Wreck-It did get used, unfortunately, so that's one resource you lost, but
Oh
Bubblegum
man,
dead is not that bad.
EG's about to walk into Roche as it's spawning.
No. Oh, did they see
It
it?
spawns. They didn't see it.
They
didn't see it.
Check it.
He
Oh,
checked
the
it.
true
He
support.
checked it.
Oh, look at this 5. That's what you want from your 5.
You know why he checked that? Because there's so many Dota games
Well,
where
this
that happens and then they don't
And it's
check.
always an SA team as well.
Yes, he's scarred.
Control niya, no?
He lost the Animajor with this as well.
Really?
Okay. The Roche Pit is the worst place to fight in your SA team.
Yeah.
They constantly lose in the Roche Pit.
The thing is though, like EG, they realize it's just Baboka that's dead.
Yes.
There's still the black hole in XXS. It just came off cooldown.
And they have Monet, maybe
There's no
BKB.
exorcism. C-Smudge walks right in. He doesn't care. I mean, you do need to keep an eye on this. Like, you don't want to lose it as EG either.
Wraparound?
They don't have abilities though. Like, they're missing a lot of
Ay
crucial
puta,
abilities on
ganyan-ganyan
EG.
yung mga gangstera
This
natin
could be a
kanina eh.
throw.
This could be. Is Aster prepared for the
May
enemy team to
sumisilip na
throw?
silent
It's
there.
so unexpected. Oh, they're just going for Roche, huh?
Yeah, they ping it out. I mean, they know that EG is in there.
Bubblegum? Oh, they send the Mars in. That
Oh,
arena.
the double spear! The double spear!
Wow.
God damn.
They're not going to use it.
Tangina.
It's XW Wiley's trying to kill off
Pination ni
Panda. That's all he
Snapfire eh.
can do at night now. BKB utilizing it to its full potential, trying to dizzy them. It's not going to
Nakabang na.
work.
Nakabang na
Okay, so
tayo,
we were
agad
right.
puta.
EG did throw, but what they did is they
Galing.
threw Whisper in, and then the double spear on the 2 most important targets.
Oh
the
my
carry,
God.
and then
Panda.
the
Enigma,
black hole,
the black
the
hole.
Enigma. It could not have
Bravo
gone
ba yun?
better for them.
Oh, this is brutal
They
for
did
Aster.
that with
Bravo ba yun?
no abilities up. Like, all of their important abilities were down, and they just outskilled.
He didn't have arena, man. He didn't have
No,
arena.
no, that was insanity.
Strategically, that's the wrong play
Oh,
most of the time.
Yes, that was.
Tinamura ni Snapfire.
Matthew, at least Bubblegum will get this kill.
It's
Quite
like-
important to get rid of Matthew.
He gets to kill the Ogre Seal Totem, which I think a lot of people don't even realize that does damage.
So it's a good meme, Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Okay, but Let's look at the other side, Jenkins. These plays are really hype. We're going to see it now. I mean, his positioning.
I can't believe that. I mean,
Man.
come on. Into the two-man torrent. Like, Monet was top net worth.
Oh, wow.
This is not the hero that you want to just die at the start. Those, I mean, it could not have gone better.
Tama
It
ba
could
yung
not have gone
split
better
na
given the
tombstone?
situation for EG.
But let's look at Aster's side now. Okay, EG, great play. But Aster, you still have a black hole
Umagat
available.
pa yung stun.
You still have the toss into Requiem.
Man, I can't get past, like, XXS had the BKB too.
Yes, he
It's
could-
like that was the BKB Enigma timing.
He didn't expect
that's,
it, though.
That's their best timing.
But this hero, he scales well into late game.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Exactly.
And so, I mean,
Aster picked themselves a draft that is never categorically out.
at any point they can turn the game with a good black hole, and there's nothing that's good at canceling it from EG.
Exactly.
Like Abyssal Blade, God's Rebuke, or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just not the counter is not there from EG. They can boat and like survive the black hole, but that means Picaz has to not be caught in it, and even then, it does so much damage that it's oftentimes not enough to just have the Kunkka. So yeah, Aster, they are not out of this yet, for sure. But if EG keeps making plays like that, I don't know what the hell they can do.
Yeah, the morale is difficult to beat though, because the enemy team is feeling themselves.
Oh yeah,
And you're
they
doing
are.
the opposite.
And you could tell because they're tipping each other too.
Yeah, this is the one team I've seen that doesn't aggressively tip. It's them and Gaming Gladiators that do the wholesome tipping thing.
They pump each other up.
Yeah.
I respect it. I mean, when you got a tri-core and you're not relying on one guy to carry the game,
Mayroon na naman si
you
Prapit.
gotta boost each other's morals.
Morale. I mean, I think they're probably ethical and moral as well.
Right, the ethics of it are
The ethics
very
are
difficult.
important. They are killing a bunch of people in the game.
They are.
So
the
that's-
ethics
that's
are
pretty
not good.
unethical.
The ethics are not great. As Whisper looking to kill
Walang
this tree.
pakisupport eh, oh.
In the tree, almost found him.
That was impressive.
That was a really good blink from Pichu.
He's starting to respect Whisper. Like, this guy's a monster.
Yeah, I gotta get the hell out of there. Okay, nice split pushing going on by XWY down here. Almost gets to tier 2.
He's having-
Baboka, okay, the split pushing's really good then.
Yes,
If they
because
can get
C-Smile's not in trouble. Do they have the Requiem? They don't silence immediately. Yolster as well from C-Smile. Panda's nearby with a little bit more healing. C-Smile activates the exorcism. The BKBs are here.
He gets
And they
the
have
disarm.
black
There's the
hole.
hole.
And it's all they needed, one person, right? Overgrowth, just in case, to catch Panda as well. And now, with a jump, C-Smile's still alive.
Wala.
He's getting away. No!
Ano
Outlaw
binuhos?
Joss, he's down. Panda 2. There's a good team fight for Aster, and they wasted a lot of resources from EG.
Hindi
EG,
mag-ags to siya,
they're
no?
still in this high ground, but no, they don't think they can turn this.
Si
Do
Ember.
they, it depends how much do they value the black hole. They're
They-
gonna look.
Okay, they do find Pichu at least. It's a support kill,
It's something.
Gago,
It's
huwag
something.
na naman.
It's a return kill.
but it's still a big kill for Aster.
Yeah,
Yung
not
worst,
that
ang ina.
important. C-Smile going down is definitely a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, magaling.
He was feeling
Yan
almost
natin yung
unkillable. That was his
upside.
first death of this game. He was 8-1-5. He is 8-1-5. He was 8-0-5 up until that point. So XWY got about 1,500 gold from that single kill. That's a plate mail, Avo. That's a plate mail. He's going for the Shiva's guard.
Love it. Very important this game. You have so much overwhelming physical area damage you can't really avoid easily as Ember.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these heroes don't like to have a guy with Shiva's guard. Breaking the blink daggers, reducing the
DP's heal.
healing from the DP.
And on die.
Yeah, it's a great pickup.
That's where the Kunkka Ghost Ship really comes into play though, because there's damage reduction, not healing.
Yeah.
And that gives you a lot of sustain against these
Yeah,
kind of
that's
items.
true.
The only way to beat the Kunkka Ghost Ship is more damage.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Or you know, you can kite it. You can kite it as well.
True.
Which I suppose Shiva's guard lets you do because it is a slow. I mean, that's like the component that people talk about the least.
Nope. They caught XWY. Is the stun long enough? He avoids the silence just in time. XWY.
He did have BKB if necessary. So that you can see that's
at him,
where
he's
the
unfazed. He
this is
knows-
where the plate mail comes in the last fight. He gets
Yeah.
that kill, he picks up the plate mail, and he barely survives there. Not barely, but it is, you know, about the amount of armor that he had. He did have the
Nakita niyo yung
BKB,
ano?
Haya and Sanj as well, so
Yung-
the stuns are lasting less of a duration.
Yung
So
Chinese
he's
na
feeling pretty
ano,
safe
trauma
making
stock na
cheeky
white
plays
boy.
like that, standing on creep
Yeah,
waves as
I
Ember.
know.
Yeah.
Pretty good way, I would say, for
Hanapin ko nga.
Aster to take a fight is to have their Ember going first.
Nangre-race
Just bait a bunch of
tas
stuff,
na-reverse uno
and
kayo.
then that's when the black hole can
Ayan
come
pa
in.
yung
like we saw last time.
yung
Dalawang
Bar-
babae.
As well as
Oh,
Game
yung
just with the
Bar-
Ember.
Bar-
It's
white
surprising because
pig.
Akira, I know
Oh,
think
you
you're not a
white
fan of the
pig.
Ember, right? Or
No, I like Ember.
okay, a lot of the panelists been telling me the Ember feels like, yeah, it's okay,
It's
but he's
a-
never great.
It's a divisive hero right now.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that think it's not that good.
Because it feels not very impactful. Feels a little Queen of Painy where you're like, okay, why is the Ember here?
Yeah, sure. The win rate in pro level pubs has not been good for quite some time, so I know that's a big reason people are like, yeah, this hero is like overrated. Mid laners just play it because they like to play it, but
Yes, it's a fun hero.
I think Ember's pretty good. I think what he offers in the late game with this like Aghanim's refresher build is pretty damn strong.
Okay.
And he is going for that, by the way. He's actually going for the refresher pre-Ags on XWY.
Interesting.
Even before his Shiva's Guard, I mean, depending on how much he values the order of his quick buy, but most people put it in the order that they want to buy it.
Is that because he values the double BKB more than the Remnants?
Yeah, probably. That's probably exactly why he values that. I mean, most of the damage on EG is magical, or you're getting stunned, and then that's when the physical damage from the DP is coming in, right? So double BKB, very value here. I don't think you die otherwise, and that's when the Hex is probably going to need to come up from EG if they want to play into a refresher orb on Enigma and on the Ember, which, by the way, Enigma is also going for a refresher next.
He also bought the plate mail, so he's already safe from the physical damage to a degree.
After that last engagement mid, I think he's feeling like, okay, I'm not going to die. I can walk in, I can bait. I just need a double BKB so I can bait for longer.
Saan ba Messenger?
Oh.
And the game is kind of
Try mo
like
sa Discord.
closing in, like back to even.
Yeah, it's just about who makes the better play, which is, of course, the best of games.
Yeah.
Who takes the high ground.
Message ko
Well, we
ba
see a
si
similar
Shen
situation as last game where it's all about playing the vision towards.
Maybe. I mean, there's pretty good heroes to just
Hindi
get
to
in
board
there on both
gago.
sides. Like, I feel like Whisper in the last game, he's Beastmaster trying to blink up high grounds. It looks really goofy.
You only
but
speak
Mars,
English.
your arena is so
I speak
huge
Chinese
that
in
it's a lot
English.
more
Why
viable to
pig?
like
Why
blink up a
pig?
high ground and just catch
English
somebody
so
to start the
easy.
fight. And then for Astra as well,
English so easy.
they have the Ember Spirit that can run in, and all they're trying to do is set up for the black hole. So both sides kind of want to go in and create chaos, so that way the counter initiation can come in from their team. So I think this is going to be less of a camp a high ground. I mean, we're going to see it 'cause it's just good in Dota in general, but less like full committal to it.
Nakaban yata ako.
And that's what they're doing right now. Boca, he's leading the smoke. Everyone far behind. He knows. He's keeping his social distance from his team. So he can initiate solo and they can just follow up. No threat for them after. I think they've regained themselves. They've recomposed themselves. Sorry.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like it.
Oh, you want to speak Chinese?
And they're being very patient here. They do make their way up to the high ground.
Little smoke from EG as well.
Monet breaks the smoke.
They have a ward in the high ground.
Yes.
They just saw it. And they're going to put this file in. They use the arena as well. And the Mongol stops his initiation for now. Making themselves as confidence. Sees smiles down. Whisper will fall as they break here. The BKB is not good enough against the physical damage. And now it's going to be 2 cores dead. Full-on retreat for EG. Boboka with a tossback catches an idol.
Wow.
It's fine. Panda is already done for.
Putang ina.
What is happening here? Why is Pakas walking around here? He's been broken. He was trying to go back to base, but he's in trouble. They're going to kill the third core. This is not good for EG. Is the Eldest enough to save him? He tries to bash. There's the BKB. Overgrowth on top of that. They were waiting for his BKB the whole time, Jenkins.
Okay, so we finally got the answer to the question. If one team has the ward on the high ground, but then the other team's on the high ground, who wins? It's the team on the high ground.
Yes.
It was just not possible for the other EG heroes to get into that fight.
What a
and
black hole.
I don't even know if they would want to get into that fight because it was in such a condensed area that the black hole was there. It's like, that's the problem with tossing important heroes in like this. He does hit the stun onto Monet, but this time the Enigma was not there, and he's the important one. I think over Monet, they have
Madupang
Heaven's
yung ano
Halberd
yan eh.
for the SF.
Yung
So
Alps.
I think after that fight, EG is going back to the drawing board, and we need to get this Enigma.
Yung pag
And with the
minalipis
SF
ka,
talent.
nagsasama ng idol.
These buildings are going to go down very quickly.
Yes.
That presence aura, big damage.
And you're starting to lose a little bit of faith of your EG because if one team fight like this goes wrong, you have to think, how do we engage instead?
Yeah, and I think
Catching Enigma?
when it comes to team fight versus team fight in the late game, the team with the Enigma is always the one that feels better.
Yep.
Like, you do not care about going late game, and that's when the pickoffs need to come in from EG. They've got to catch the Enigma, which means they probably need a sheep stick on somebody soon. Is anybody going for
They
it?
go for another smoke this time, though, without Pakas as well. As the enemy team is in the Roche, in the pit. They have Exorcism at least. Going for Enigma first.
They found him.
But he doesn't have Black Hole, so he's not the most valuable target anyway.
No, he's
Whisper
not.
had a second arena, potentially. He actually takes the Roche.
Oh, he took the Aegis. He got the Aegis.
He got the Aegis. Overgrowth, though, was available. Now, how does EG get out? The Avalanche plus the toss is really hurting Whisper, but they do have a gobble up to save him. And in fact, it was actually to attack Boboka, who's forced to BKB TP. Whisper, he showcases. You don't need a carry when you have him in the team.
No. He didn't have mana for the second Arena Blood, so it looked really goofy.
Okay,
But Monet
malambot
picked
pa
up
ba
a
yan?
cheese, so he didn't have a slot for the Aegis, which means Whisper could just walk in and take it. It was on the ground for a long time there.
Oh, no, under pressure.
Pang-set lang talaga siya. Pang-set lang talaga.
The crowd
Utility.
calling, yes you can, yes you can.
Noon na yung ano.
And they're going to go down mid. I mean, they have an Aegis. It's not on the most important hero. But
No.
they do have one.
I mean, you know,
Ganda na
Whisper
laban.
is
Balik-balik siya.
gunning for that position.
Oh.
He's going to get in there.
He has another arena now because he didn't use the second one.
He does, but no BKB,
Halos
no
walang lamang
refresher
eh,
board.
sa
So
network.
I feel like EG does need to be careful, but the last time I said that, they took a very good team fight. So, okay, they're just going to force the fortification and then back, which means next time they push high ground, there won't be a fortification. But EG, from all of that, they're still down a barracks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ember took the refresher shard, by the way. That's what I was checking.
Okay.
So we
it
now
was
have double
no,
spears.
no Aghanims. All right.
No. And the cheese always on the tiny and refresher shard on the Ember.
Yeah, the Aegis was on the ground for quite some time there, but
His Whisper's too big.
yeah, and the Ember, XWY had time to jump in and then take the refresher way after the Roche died. I mean, at this point, you have so many items in your inventory as a core that it does feel weird, like microing stuff.
The smoke by Aster Jenkins. This is not expected. They're smoking to the dead lane. They want to toss back the Kunkka. Or maybe toss him in place.
They tossed
Pakas?
him up. I don't know.
That's not the. Oh, with a black hole. Onto two. How they
Ay, nag-walk in.
inside of it. That's not what Matthew wanted to do. They got rid of the Aegis. Pakas is now in between three cores. BKB now saved perhaps by the arena. They can't hit inside of it. Monet is stuck. But XWY is committing to this. Pakas a little bit too tanky. Got the flash he was looking for. XWY walks away with the Remnant. Nobody's killing Pakas. They got XWY instead.
He's got buyback.
Monet.
He's in.
He is. He plays the Nagmago play, but it's gonna work. Pakas is down. Panda dies too.
tumatahimik yung crowd pag
He's
nananalo.
out. Whisper
Aster.
is the last hero standing.
Blink. Can he
Yeah,
get
It is
yeah.
going to be a team
Oh,
like
okay.
Jenkins. They got every single
Alam mo, may
member of
bias
EG
eh.
with that black hole.
Yeah, that was
What a
not
play.
expected. I mean,
XXS is a.
yeah, that was. I mean,
Woo,
the Ember.
don't give him an Enigma.
The Ember did buy back there. But
Oh,
that's what he was playing for, right?
Yes.
He goes in, he's got the Aghanim shard,
Yes.
so when he dies, a Remnant will spawn.
Patay ka,
He's got all of
gago.
these items where it's like, EG, they were beating him the entire fight.
Yes.
And he's just not dying. And then when he does die, he spawns the Remnant, he comes back and kills two people. It was so disruptive in the fight. It let XXS get a very easy black hole onto Pakaz, which, you know, it looked like a one-man hole, but then Matthew jumped in to try to gobble up because he's got that ether lens, but it still does not have great
Ugs,
range.
ugs.
So he got pulled in by XSS, and it made it a three-man hole.
They have Greaves now to go up to the high ground. Let's see this works out for them. Monet with the presence. Oh, they even covering the trees just in
Yeah,
case.
this is really hard for EG to defend. Aster might poke at the throne just to see if they can force a buyback. We'll see if they do it.
They threw a creep inside.
Yeah,
No big
Matthew's
deal.
trying to stall. Okay, so Aster's not going to go for the throne poke play. They're going to back off, secure the jungle.
Go for the. I mean, the Roche is not going to be up in 4 minutes.
Nope.
Hindi pa kinagat yung tier 3
Just
top.
wait for the next black hole. It seems like.
Game 3 yan,
Yeah,
game
why
3.
not? And
Mhm.
oh man, they got a ninja gear for XXS.
Oh no.
That is just about the worst thing that you can have up against you.
EG, what they need to do now is just catch the Enigma every single team fight.
Yep. I think this is probably the best hero in the game to get the ninja gear.
Ano
I
pa
can't
ginagawa
really
ninja
think
gear?
of one that's better. than
Ano?
Enigma.
Total?
Malaki yung
Yeah,
all
Adi.
the heroes in the game.
I think so. It's like
25.
Enigma or Earthshaker. It's got to be one of these
Oh,
ultra
sige.
counter
Pero ano yung
initiators.
active
But Earthshaker's just a bad hero.
Eh,
Yun
It's not as good as
single
Enigma.
smoke.
Enigma's top tier.
Smoke. Oh.
Right, that's fair. So if it was an Airshaker patch, it would be okay with that one too.
Yeah, for sure. Because, by the way, is building a Rapier next. So
It's
they
the
are.
only option you have left.
Yeah, EG is in desperate territory.
They know, they've realized they haven't really drafted anything to counter the Enigma Black Hole.
Yeah.
Damage is the best way to counter.
We'll see if the damage is enough. I mean, there's always the one-shot crit that can happen. There's a lot of armor on Aster, though.
Yep.
There's a lot of effective HP to get through.
Wala na.
What are they going to find
Last
here?
resort.
For now, Pakas playing super safely, as all Aster wants to do seems to be taking the enemy jungle,
Yeah.
making sure it's
Okay,
all as ordered as
pagkatasin, wala na
possible,
yung mga
reduce the
crowd.
map for EG to
Wala
farm.
na ulit.
Right. I mean, this is the only lane that does not have a that EG still has a barracks left in. So
Yep.
you know that this lane is going to be constantly pushed in, and one of the only lanes that EG feels safe farming. So why not take this jungle? And then the adjacent lane is
Ay,
no longer
tangina.
safe, right?
Oo,
And it's
yan
supposed to
tayo,
be the only
tinus
safe
ko na yung
lane.
ace
So this
sa
really
gitna.
locks EG in their base. We can see Whisper on the bot lane is like, he's trying to do some lane shoving tactics, but
Benta.
there's only so much that a Mars can do.
They got Ninja Gear
Kanina,
themselves.
kitang-kita ko
But
yun eh.
unfortunately, it's not Enigma,
Force
it's
sa
a
No,
ball
but
sniper.
it's still pretty good on Whisper if he wants to take that. Or one of these backline supports, like if they get it on Matthew.
Oh, actually, not a bad idea. For now, it's on nobody.
Nobody.
It's on nobody, yeah. I mean, Whisper...
Oh, Whisper just got it.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
there we
taking it. Yeah, because he's prioritizing the initiation rather than like his own survivability. He had the...
go. Ascetics cap.
Yeah, he had the mini Eon disc, as people like to call it, which makes you tanky. It lets you bait stuff, but that's not the position he's in. The position that he's in is he wants to hit like a two-man spear, two-man arena like he hit in that previous fight where they caught the Enigma out. That's the dream scenario here for EG, but...
It's like one of those people that, you win one
no.
championship and you relive that
Yes,
over and over
exactly.
again.
Exactly. The
Good
varsity
thing.
guys in high school, I played football, I was almost a pro.
I scored this one touchdown. You
Yeah.
won't
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
it.
of
Let me
course.
explain to you the story.
And
Matt,
then?
I had this bad
And
knee, so
dinenay
I
niya
couldn't go
yung-
pro.
Matt, shut up. Nobody cares. Can you please ring me up?
Yeah, yeah, of course. As Aster, they're looking to bring up Roshan. 1 minute until it potentially spawns. So at this point, you may as well kind of wait for it, especially because they have such a good map position right now that they're not giving up.
That base from the Kunkka X makes the whole arena
Yeah,
rumble.
yeah. I think it's Maybe Aster knows what's happening when that comes out.
Yeah, never
Nakadibay
considered
na
that
ba?
actually.
It
Kunkka's
rum-
weak in land.
He's weak on land. Yeah, that's
He's
why he's a 10% win rate.
Does he actually have a 10%
He's got a
win rate?
very bad win rate. Yeah, it's about to go down. It looks like.
I mean, he's the sea captain, not a land captain, right?
That is true. That does make a lot of sense.
And the Bolivian's not playing.
If he was Bolivian, yeah, of course.
I like Aster's patience now. They know that it's up to EG to do something, and they're relishing this moment because they were in this position last game.
Yeah, not a great position to be in this patch. But also, going a high ground is not a great position to be in either. It's a very difficult thing to do. And when you get into these late game scenarios, we're closing in on 50 minutes, Avo. Typical like
Oh,
carry-to-carry
wow, of course.
matchups, they don't matter as much when you get these 60-minute items, the refreshers, the sheeps. It is really just all about who takes the better team fight, who takes the better jump. Even supports become cores in the late game.
Do we have a sheep? Yeah, we do. Double sheep actually on Whisper.
Yep,
If he has
yep.
the mana for it,
They're going for this is like a full map wraparound.
it was a good attempt. They
This
don't-
is a game-ending fight right here
for either team.
for either team. Yes.
Oh, they TP. They TP the Kunkka.
Wow. Pichu draws a drawing on the map. He knows exactly what's happening.
Pichu is
Look
reading them.
at the drawing. Look at the minimap.
Yeah, he's reading like a
He's
book.
reading them. That is impressive. That is very impressive. And
I think EG knows they read him though because they're out.
they're not. Yeah. It's another one of these standoffs. They see the courier, the tree courier. He's in the pit. It's obvious.
He is. His constant X's, you can see the full X so you can more or less tell where he's coming from.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You can see the angle. Bit of trigonometry there.
Luckily, Pichu, he graduated top of his class
That's right.
with a math degree.
Yep. And
So you can
Matthew
read it.
also graduated with a math degree.
Pinush.
Has the blink
Puta,
dagger going for the
gagawin nila.
refresher orb next. We'll see if that can matter. I don't know what he's refreshing. I guess the Mortimer's kisses. He really feels like they need damage. I could get behind that.
Or double gobble up.
Yeah, I mean,
Throw
but-
two heroes into
but
the
you've
black hole.
You've carried Kunkka, right? It's like he's not the greatest damage dealer.
Oh, now you guys can tell the crowd's not biased. Oh,
Boca catches Matthew.
Matthew, he's dead.
No.
Now with the arena.
Oh, the XXS. That's
yeah,
the
they're
hero they
trying to
need.
kill him. They have a second arena. He just refreshed it. Second spear. It's going to work. Yes.
Buyback.
XS is dead. But at the same time, they also killed Whisper. Can EG fight this? XS just bought back immediately. C-Smile might have overcommitted. And now with the Requiem of Soul, C-Smile. He has to activate. Diego this activates. They still hit him. He has the Heaven
XS,
Tower to heal
he's got
back
the
up.
hole.
They have a black hole the whole time. It's only going to be for C-Smile right now, though. And he survives it. Yold's right afterwards. C-Smile is getting so much time, but he finally
Nice.
falls.
Oh,
the second black hole's ready. They don't even need it.
tangina.
Matthew's already
Shit,
fallen.
man.
Everyone's dying to
Oh,
Aster.
there's the second hole.
And the
GG.
second hole gets the most valuable carry here. They even use him for the Requiem, I believe, but it doesn't matter. He's going to fall.
Lungkot ng crowd.
Aster.
tangina.
A second team wipe almost in a row. This game.
Oh man, C-Smile has to buy back to
I don't think he
kill
can
these
win
creeps in
this.
base. I don't think so. I don't think there's any. Okay, Pakaz buys back. They're gonna have to do some sort of miracle defense here. There are not 2 holes anymore.
They aren't.
They've got that going for them. The
They have
rapier.
rapier.
They have rapier on Pakaz.
Oh, I don't know if they saw it, but
Aster's actually gonna back off because Roshan is up.
Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
That gives EG a chance.
Yeah.
With the rapier, with the holes being down, I honestly suspect that
Kaso walang
Aster,
exo.
it is probably the right move to kill Roche and then wait for the hole. It's 2 minutes. It could be a big mistake for them to go high ground here, though.
Oh shit.
It's the only
Here
way
we
EG
go.
can turn the game around is without the black holes being available.
Sure. Yeah.
So this is gonna tell us
Ooh.
how confident Aster feels in this game. If they go high ground without the holes, they're feeling confident.
Oh,
tagal ng cooldown
SF
ng
has
Black Hole
Ags
kasi.
and the Arcane Blink. This is an immense amount of disable and damage.
And he
Refresher as well.
He also has the Requiem in 2 seconds, so
Yeah.
you have to get ready.
Maybe he's confident enough in the ability of this Requiem with the Refresher that you can fight without the black hole. No, they're not going to.
Why
They're not.
risk it? Why risk it?
I totally agree. I totally agree. I just
ROTK is probably telling them this. You know,
Yes.
they can't hear him, but he
they
is.
hear the
so
voice in their
iiyak tong
heads.
mga
He's
to
screaming
pag-
at the TV.
Yes.
Pag naklib ni Kun ka.
It is the more disciplined play to make is to just keep map control until those holes are up because you know what though? If EG can kill XXS like they did in the previous fight, he does not have buyback. The reason he was able to come in there is because they had the outpost and he had buyback. So it was almost a bit of a bait from XXS, but they can't do that this time.
Almost Abyssal. Will you commit? Yeah, there's no point in buyback on Kunkka now that they have Rapier. You might as well buy the full Abyssal.
I honestly
Yo,
buy a
that's
second
good.
rapier at this point. No, I guess they're the Abyssal. That's going to let him like jump on, well not jump on, but sit on XXS and maybe kill him. But XXS has a Eon Disc, so
it's so tough.
It's not easy to kill him, especially because he can refresh it. It's going to let him get his
Being
BKB
said.
up and then refresh a second Eon Disc. I'm not... things are going to have to go... Like, the stars are going to have to align for EG in the next fight for them to kill XXS.
This is also the first thing on this proc, right? So he hasn't assembled it yet.
Yes.
Which means he can choose when he wants to use
For
that
sure.
disc.
And Aster has 2 cheeses, by the way. XWY has one and Baboka has one. So
The amount of obstacles they have.
there's so many obstacles. It's not easy to pick off any of these heroes, honestly. And if they kill Pichu, he's got no buyback. But it's a Treant at this point, you know?
Right.
It could be... You want a bigger kill than that.
I realize I'm cheering for the crowd by accident.
Yeah, that's it.
You
You just get into it. Very animal instinct from you. Coming out, Avo.
I am an animal, so that
Yep.
makes sense.
Speaking of animals, EG are kind of corralled in the base,
Right,
like they
right.
are animals. And
Nalipaya.
Aster, it looks like they might make their final ascent here.
The fences built by Aster are finally closing in.
Yep. They're trying to put the animals down with tranquilizers.
The sheepdog is knocking at their door.
Yep.
As sheepdogs do that.
I think so.
It's time for the racks to fall. Aster. Oh, they sense something. Monet is like, this is weird. Why can I hit these for free?
Yep.
Kaya
Yep.
siguro to, pilit na lang yung
Going in and
Mega.
back, doing the double step.
Is EG really going to allow Megas? They could play against Megas in this game.
They're doing from behind.
Oh, this is the final fight.
Wrap around.
Wraparound.
See, smiles a tank. There goes Whisper. Whisper with a BKB. He hexed the SF as well, but they haven't found the Enigma yet. XSS holds that black hole. Now the second hex. That might just work, but where's the damage coming from? It's only going for Monet. The black hole's still a threat. Monet will fall. That's only his first life. They're trying to deal with XSS. He gets the black hole off. That's for Whisper only. But Whisper surviving it now with the Requiem of Souls. Whisper finally dies. Bakas is disintegrated. Only C-Smile left. Second Requiem. Go back home. It's quite close by, and it's going to be Aster taking game number 2, forcing a game 3.
Okay, so
What a series.
Kunkka and Mars's win rate continue to plummet in this tournament. Aster, I loved the SF. I feel like this hero, you know, maybe it's a bit of a discount, Lena, but if you have somebody that's really confident on it, when you get to this late game timing of like the Arcane Blink, we saw the Enigma, like XXS did get caught out there.
Right.
And he doesn't need to hit these crazy big holes because the SF
Ang
with the
ina,
Arcane
sinok sa
Blink,
black hole eh.
the disable coming up from Requiem is too much, and the damage. XWY also, his game looked a little strange because he was just going in and causing chaos, but that's absolutely what he needed to do. He's got so much follow-up, right? Like, he can set up for the tiny tossbacks by going in, making these opportunities happen. He can set up for the black hole, that's an obvious one. He can set up for the Treant ult, the overgrowth into all these BKBs does matter a lot. And the Requiem, like, there's a bunch of team fight abilities that he just needs to go in for. So I love the build that he went for as well. Just the fact that he went like pure tank. He didn't go for damage. Refresher before Aghanims.
Yeah.
That is strange. That is, you would report somebody in your pub for going that because the refresher is supposed to be for the Aghanims. But it was for the BKB, like you mentioned. It was just to survive, just to bait.
And, I mean, it's a whole thread of the black hole that we haven't really seen this tournament because usually you see some sort of cancel for it, which was an important part.
Yes.
An integral part of the draft here.
Right.
There was no trim protector, there was no silencer.
No. It put this immense pressure on EG, in particular Whisper, to Hex, Arena, Spear, Hex, Arena, Spear, the Enigma, who has Eon Disc, double,
He knew that.
and double BKB. It is just an impossible hill to climb, man.
And they didn't climb it. They
No,
fell
they
off
did.
it.
There was a tumbling down that hill that happened.
But in a Sisyphean effort, they'll try to climb up again, see if they can push that rock up the hill and beat Aster in game number 3. They still do have one more chance, and I think they can acknowledge the draft was a difficult-to-play draft against the Enigma. So maybe we see some sort of changes. Maybe we see the offlane silencer again. Whisper did used to play that.
I hope not.
Please
That's
don't.
another 10%
Please.
win rate. Hero.
Yeah, well, you know, but if you combine them all together, they have
Yeah.
50% win rate, and that's all you need, because either one team wins, one team loses, right?
I'm just
Another
glad we have a
game
game 3. I don't care what happens. I just want it to be epic. I mean, I'm glad we got a game 3. There's been a lot of stomps.
Yes.
This was a good game. This is a great series so far. I want to see a 60-minute game 3. That's what I want.
Well, we'll see if we get a 60-minute game 3, but before that, we'll get a 60-minute analysis from our lovely panelists.
Welcome back to the... And I can't do it. It's not going to be 60 minutes. I wouldn't do that to you guys. But I will give you concrete analysis regardless, because Estini, you predicted it. You were saying, emphasize the Enigma. Get it on 8th picks. Although, were you saying that for Evil Geniuses or Aster? Or just anyone?
For Aster, they had
For
the 8th
Aster.
pick, right?
Yeah.
But Evil Geniuses should steal it, because that's the answer either to Treant or Undying. So they should steal the Enigma. They should pick Enigma first. So you see Treant, you answer with Enigma. Enigma is the counter to the hero that's enabled by Treant and Undying. That's all. That's why you pick Enigma, and it's why I hated when Shopify was first picking Enigma in matches that there wasn't either like Undying or Treant. So I guess it's about time that they figure out these interactions, because and you also mentioned like if I find the NP good, and I'm like, okay, NP is good, but I want the better, and the better is Enigma, and then you can have like either NP, either Lash, either SF, either Primal. All those heroes are enabled by the plus armor from Treant. So you don't need to rush with this NP. You get to see more information with the draft, and this time they went with the SF. I really like the approach Aster had here, but I also like the Kunkka as answer to Enigma. I was really happy to see it. I mentioned the Kunkka carry, but unfortunately not enough.
Did not win. I don't know if you were able to hear, but Lacoste crunched the numbers. Kunkka had a 10% win rate, 1 win out of 10 picks before this game, and it continues to falter. Mars also not particularly strong. So then why were these their answers, Effie? You saw the Enigma first phase. Sure, the Kunkka was good in lane, but it doesn't seem like Evil Geniuses had a good enough strategy to win the game quickly before Enigma gets BKB.
I mean, they had an idea, right? Which was they want to win the lane with this Kunkka, and then when DP inevitably gets black holed, because that's why you pick Enigma versus DP, so you can just black hole her when she runs in. You can like help her out with Rum, and you can also just dish out damage of your own. And a lot of people have theory crafted Kunkka versus Enigma for a long time, and it's cool on paper, but I feel like the issue with picking Kunkka safe lane is if you don't have a harder carry on either your off lane or your mid lane, then you're just going to get outscaled by something like a Shadow Fiend. Like this entire game, I was really concerned for EG when I was just watching Monet's item progression build and grow. And the thing is, it's so hard to fight into SF as a Kunkka as the game goes later on, right? Because there's a lot of other factors to consider. You have to pick one of your 2 cores to kind of tank the black hole. Because when Mars gets this initiation, when he goes in with the arena, he needs a +1, right? He's not going to do enough damage on his own to force this BKB if he doesn't have this DP standing in and exoing, or this Kunkka maybe going in. So there was like this weird decision where like, it's okay, one of our heroes is going to get black holed, but when that happened, they just couldn't really fight back, honestly, as the game went on. And I think that was a great performance by Aster. XWY is a completely different beast when he plays Ember Spirit. He looks tier 1 when he plays this hero, so I'm just really impressed with how they handled this game.
Yeah, he looked far more comfortable in this game, number 2 for sure. And I thought that maybe Matthew on the Snapfire sheep would be able to turn it around. Yet again, he gets a very early shard, gets the early scepter, and we saw at that 29-minute mark near the Roche pit, Mars being able to skewer 2 targets into a tree. Many of the analysts backstage were like, oh, okay, it's probably EG 2-0 now.
Bro, that was so hype.
good.
The crowd went absolutely fucking wild. Everyone was up on their feet, like, oh my god, the hype in the arena was insane. And it was cool. It was amazing. It was so good. But the problem was that they just had, they fudged the timing around the Enigma BKB.
Yeah.
Because pre that, they had answers to it. Like, I think Chris Luck buying a Yules on DP was insane this game because he was able to just, like, cancel TPs, cancel the black hole, you know, protect himself, protect his team. And I thought that was great. But as soon as this BKB came out, they just completely, like, whiffed it. They were sending, you know, using the Snapple, Gobble Up, to, like, send in a hero, blinking with another hero, all to collapse on, like, this arena they're using, and then they get black hole. You remember that fight, right? Because they're not, like, understanding that this Enigma has to die. And I don't think the BKB was hidden at that point. I'm not sure. But the point being, they approached that fight also badly from the low ground. They had a cliff ward, which is what I think they were trying to play off. But you're playing from a disadvantage already and setting yourself up to lose that fight.
Yeah, and this is the issue with the Mars versus Enigma interactions, because like if you're a Mars and you're pressing arena, you're bringing your team into this like small enclosed space to try to kill a target. So that's just free reign for Enigma to get a really good black hole of like 2 really primary targets. And it was harder and harder to find the Enigma as the game progressed because a Ninja Gear dropped for him, right? And you don't want this Ninja Geared Enigma who's your highest priority target running around with a BKB blink refresher. It's just, it makes the game so difficult, and I think EG, honestly, with the cards that they had, they impressed me, they did really well. The fight around Roche where they cookied in the Mars, I don't think Aster expected them to go in like that, because Aster knew their timings were not there, right? Because the arena was on cooldown, the BKB EXO was on cooldown, but for EG to have this confidence to take these plays and look really good with them, like I still feel pretty good about EG's performance in Game 2.
Ultimately, maybe, like you said, Astini, it's a high execution thing to beat an Enigma with all these different factors, like the Mars, the Gobble Up. Could just get a silencer, could just press R.
I don't think it's just a silencer. I think it's looking the draft whole picture, and some things they don't work well together. Like have Kunkka, you have DP, you have Mars. It means the way you do damage to structures, it's DP EXO. Yeah. You have Enigma on the other team, and there are 2 counters to Enigma. One is Aegis, other one's buyback. Okay. He's gonna black hole, you come back, you win the game. You just do damage to structures with EXO. You buy back, do you have EXO? You come back of Aegis, do you have EXO? You don't.
True.
So basically, when you bring all into the equation, you basically cannot win this game if Acer plays on the proper way.
I agree with that, and I think you saw it like when they when Acer approached that high ground cliff ward, they were happy to do that because XSS was playing so well, sitting back, waiting, knowing. And as soon as they all collapsed on all these heroes, like, oh my god, 3-hero arena! Ah! Oh, you're all black hole because you committed so many heroes in. And late game, they tried to like play with like the Hex on Mars to try and like find him, and they get a fight like that, but then he just buys back, and he still has his black holes. And it was just way too hard for them to play. They also tried, by the way, Snapfire had an Ether Lens and tried to gobble up people out of the black hole, but the range of the black hole is quite large. I think he ended up actually just like ending up inside of the black hole while trying to save an ally. So that didn't really work as well as I think they hoped.
Yeah, Fog was theory crafting a variety of ways that they could have dealt with it. They could have, Matthew could have theoretically gotten a Basher on Snapfire.
Oh, that's pretty
one
based.
idea. The other ideas were a bit more outlandish. Octarine, Abyssal Blade, I believe, was proposed. Not to throw Fog under the bus. I mean, he knew the problem. He knew that BKB Enigma was the be-all, end-all. So even after that fight in the river, things were not really all evil geniuses unless they could always initiate on the Enigma, but like you mentioned, XXS was far and away understanding his role that game, which was, don't find me. I'm going to wait for your initiation, and I'm going to counter with Black Hole.
You can Wind Waker out of that?
Yeah, so that was the other thing, is that DP got the Yules, but the thing is that DP was always the one getting Black Holed.
Yeah,
so she can react for her own one, but chances are she won't be able to save anyone.
Yeah, and at some point, Astini and I were talking, and we were just like, okay, so maybe they should just let Kunkka get Black Holed next, right? Like just throw him in there, and then DP comes in afterwards, and Kunkka can buy back. And because it's less valuable if the Kunkka dies and buys back than the DP, because DP is dying with EXO, which is really bad. They did that in the bot lane when Whisper had the Aegis after he did that really cool snatch. But it didn't work out, right? So they killed him. I mean, they didn't kill the Kunkka. They got the Mars Aegis, but then SF just comes in and kills everybody.
Yeah.
So if you're at that stage of the game where there are so many obstacles to overcome and a lot of hurdles and a lot of conditions have to be met for you to win the game, something already got messed up along the way, right? So it's just kind of a G next, we did our best kind of thing from this point on.
Yeah, and we didn't actually get to mention it too much as Aster returned to the arena, while Evil Geniuses actually stayed in their booth, although I continue to suspect that they are doing that because they want to collect their thoughts in the booth rather than walking out, high-fiving all the crowd, and then
Aster.
meditating
Aster,
briefly, then
tulog ka
coming
ba?
back in and high-fiving the crowd again. So they get to collect their thoughts a little bit more here, but
1
we didn't
minute.
really get to talk too much about the Shadow Fiend. How did you like it as a carry, Sheep? You thought that, I mean, we wanted burst damage, we got it paired up with the Tiny, so this was a good solution against the Death Prophet. And then it seemed like overall, with this black hole, they had team fight for
Chicken legs
days.
ang puta. Pati
Yeah,
yung
I liked
pinapansin.
it. I love the toss back into Requiem. You see that a couple times. I also really like the fact that, I mean, yeah, he just provides you so much damage, and didn't really seem
Tangina mo ang basketball court yung ano
I'm
eh.
just
Yung
thinking, because
venue
you
eh.
have a
oh.
Maz, the entire point of the Maz was to deal with the SF and not let him do damage.
Yep.
But he went like Refresher, which is really nice. And he's got an
San
Arcane
Juan
Pencil, so
Arena
he's
yata
just
to,
doing
pre.
magic damage. He doesn't really care about the arena.
Tingnan
And
mo,
I
tingnan
think
mo
they
yung
had
bench.
so
Tingnan mo
many
yung bench
problems with
gago.
Enigma that SF was sort of allowed to just do what he wanted. You saw as well like some targeting issues. Like there was
Ay puta, may
that fight in the
chocolate pa to.
jungle where they got all black holed, right? As soon as Mars hits the arena, he has to spear the Ember. He chooses Ember over the SF, which was one of the reasons why he was then able to just explode on top of DP and just instantly kill Chris.
Sitong coach.
But do you
Ng
not
AD.
think that Ember was a high priority target at that point?
Well, that's the thing. I like the SF because I think that killing the SF doesn't solve all your problems. They have so many issues
Hector,
that I think SF is
Salamanca.
just free to do whatever he wants, and I like that a lot.
And in a way, all of that
Hector.
was kind of facilitated by
Generic
having
name
that
ng mga
Kunkka
joke.
on 18, right? Because it was an idea, but then you make this SF a better pick because you know this like carry to carry matchup is
True.
going to scale better in your favor anyway. So all of a sudden you're like, okay, we have faith in our Enigma scaling. We have faith in our Shadow Fiend scaling, and they didn't counterpick it on 18 or anything. They just went for an entirely different approach. And yeah, the solutions just weren't there. I guess the idea of the SF really worked out for them because you pick it early because your heroes are going to get banned out anyway after the second phase. It doesn't matter. Like picking a carry on 15 is the same as picking it on 23. Like you're going to get countered. It's not an ideal matchup. But the SF didn't really get countered or anything like that, right? They just wanted to snowball these lanes. Like the Mars was definitely, it's a nice way to deal with SF early on, but then SF just gets a BKB, right? Like you can counter Mars with BKB, which is why a lot of people just don't like this hero right now.
Yeah, it's also why it does not have a particularly strong win rate at this tournament either, and why many offlaners are hoping that come March 6th that hero will get some love. But right now they need to figure out what to do with the heroes that are currently good. And also another thing with the Shadow Fiend is they didn't know that the Kunkka was carry. I think the final phase bans were carry oriented, so that's just a testament to ROTK's drafting that no matter where this Kunkka goes, the matchup was going to be solid.
I don't think it was solid or it was supposed to be solid. Enigma lost the lane very ugly.